for weeks. Hear Biggie Small speak. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Everybody in YouTube red world. I am coming to you as one of a kind vlogs. I want to welcome you to my family. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Comment down below. Hey, put whatever you want to put in there, right? I'm going to respond to. I've responded to a lot of people's comments. You know, they say different things. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll put on there. Thank you for watching, and continue to have a blessed day. And I'll leave it alone. Okay, that's just me. I hope you enjoyed that last video about mentally and physically abuse, because it happens every single day. And we're not gonna talk about that today. Today we're gonna talk about depression. Depression. Think about it for a minute. Depression. Depression can lead to all kinds of sorts of problems, right? Anxiety is tied in with depression, because when you have anxiety, sometimes it turns into depression, okay? Man, if somebody has anxiety, you need to get this stuff checked. Get it so that, hold on, lock these doors, because you know people like to try to get in your cars and everything. And I ain't going for that today. I'm in a fighting mood today. But anyway, somebody has anxiety, please go to your doctor so they can prescribe something for you. You know, just be careful with anxiety. Like my friend has anxiety and she shuts down a lot. That's got a lot to do with it. Depression. I've been depressed before. I know you know somebody's been depressed before. I know that depression can lead down a long road, okay? Long road. From up to down, from down to up. It depends on your mood and your situation. Depression can lead you down, because can lead you down a spiraling roller coaster. I've been depressed before, okay? I know what it feels like to be depressed. I know what it feels like to want to end your life by being depressed. I know what it feels like to sit there with pills and stuff. I'm gonna tell you, okay, story time. Put story time right there. I was at my lowest, okay? I got put out my apartment. I mean, not apartment, the hotel I was staying in, hotel, I went for the hotel. I was living there off and on for a year. I got put out. I had a car, I slept in my car. And when I wasn't sleeping in my car, I was out in the street. Okay, with me being out in the street, let me just say, sorry y'all, I got distracted. Okay, getting back to what I said, I was living in my car, I was on the streets, I was sleeping on picnic tables, and it was a friend that was there and said, you can come and stay with me, but you got to be on the floor. And I date truck drivers. I was like, I don't care what you do. You can be the head of state for all I care. I just want a place to lay my head. So she let me lay my head there, and to this day, I give her my utmost respect. All praises go to her. Now, with that being said, let me say this. If you ever feel like you have anxiety or you have depression, main one is depression, seek help immediately. Okay, seek help immediately. I'm gonna put some stuff down in the comment section. I might put a little scripture down there you can read, but seek help immediately, okay? Because, again, going back to me, I had put some pills to the side. I don't know, don't ask why. Some people say it ain't that bad. That person don't know how bad it is unless they in your shoes. They know what you're thinking. I was thinking, I gotta get out. Whatever I was going through, I gotta get out. So I went to the hotel, paid $100, which was unusual for me to pay $100 at a daggone hotel. Nice hotel too. I paid $100. I stayed in there. I sat there. I thought about all kinds of things. I said, you know, I'm just gonna take these pills, a bottle like it's full of mixed pills, sleeping pills, other pills. I ain't know. I just mixed them suckers up. I was gonna offer myself. But something within the night, I was sitting there watching TV. Something said, go to church. This was on a Saturday. It said, go to church. I went to church, and it just so happens, I'm gonna tell you how God works, right? Dealing with depression. It just so happens he was preaching, and I don't know, I was sitting there like, who told my freaking business? Because you know, sometimes you listen to the preacher, the God channels through the preacher channels out to you, to the audience. I was like, who told my freaking business? But instead, I listened to it, I was like, dang, somebody told my business. So I went on ahead and went up for altar call, and he said, somebody in here, I don't know who it is. And I'm standing there now. No, I'm sitting down. And he said, somebody in here wanted to just end off this to end their life, and I want you to come up to the front. Now I'm sitting there in the in the pews, right? I'm sitting there, so I kept getting a nudge like, you need to go up here. And I was like, I don't want to go. I sit there, I was crying. The kids, the kids love me now. I'm tell you that now. The kids come over here, over to my way and say, Brian, what's wrong? I never seen you cry like that for me. I was bawling because I knew it was wrong. And then finally I got up, I stood up. He said, I'm gonna pray. He said, everybody got their heads down. He said, if it's you come up here. He said, don't be scared, don't be afraid. Now I'm sitting there like, I ain't scared of nothing. So I walked on up there, and he was shocked that it was me. He said, Brian. He said, Brother Brian. That's my name, Brian. So, Brother Brian. He said, I didn't not once think it was you. I said, man, I was crying. I said, man, I'm going through so freaking much, man. And at the time I was engaged, so I'm going through so much. I ain't tell my fiance nothing. I wanted to do it on my own. So he said, everybody lift their heads up. Everybody, not Brother Brian, because you know how church folks get. Well, I didn't know. So I went on up. They prayed for me. He laid his hand on my head. I fell back. I broke 2 chairs. But who cares? God wanted God to take that away from me. I laid there for a little while till I finally got to the point where I wanted to get up. I feel like he released me. I feel like his hand was all over my body. Like, release that from him. And when he finally got that spirit out of me, I got up. I hugged him. He was like, I want to see you in the office. I said, okay. I hugged him, and I hugged everybody, and I went back to my chair. Now, I went back to my chair. The kids come over there. They was rubbing my back like Brian, that's not like you. So after church, I go in his office. This is when it gets kind of suspect to me. I ain't gonna say suspect, but kind of tricky. He said, somebody go get his fiance. I want her to know what's going on. I said, okay. I don't know how I'm gonna tell her. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I said, let's see what happens. They come in there, they praying for me again. His wife come in there, she hugged me. She said, I didn't know it was you. I thought it was to be somebody else. I knew it was a strong spirit in there, and I wanted whoever it was to get blessed. So she comes in. She said, what's going on? Why? She said, why are you crying? Like, you know how women is. They try to be all hard. Why are you crying? Why you suck it up? But no, she didn't say that. She said, why are you crying? And then he said, well, I gave an altar call, somebody that wanted to end their life, and Brother Brian came up. And she said, what? She said, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, I didn't want to tell you nothing. I don't keep it to myself. He said, we are as one. We are about to be as one. We are partners. You're supposed to come to me. I said, no, not really. But I said, okay, next time I will. So we all prayed, and we left. We went home. When we went home, because I was staying with her at the time. When we went to the apartment, we talked about that. And she was like, why? She said, next time you talk to me so that we can sit down and talk about it. She said, because that's very, very important. Now, to the more to my story, what I'm trying to say is, if you think or you feel in your heart that somebody's going through that exact same thing, you need to help them seek somebody. You need to help them to get the help that they need, whether you're talking to them, praying with them, whatever. It's almost like mental and physical abuse. It's the same thing, just about. You need to seek professional help. Don't sit there and be watered in your mess. It's almost like mental health. We've been talking, everybody all over social media been talking about mental health. Mental health month. This is men for mental health. Man, mental health is for men, women, children, kids, whatever. You got little kids that going through the depression and anxiety that don't want to talk to their parents about what's going on. Then when it's too late, they then off themselves. When they throwing all the signs, looking slow, looking like they just having a bad day for no apparent reason. Looking at, they show you that they reaching out for you, but you don't pay attention to them. Y'all got to start paying attention to these people, especially these kids. Adults, yeah, every now and then. But these kids, they born in this world and they leaving early over some dumb stuff. It ain't that. I got another video coming. I'm gonna shut some people up on this one. I'm gonna shut some people. It'll make you think. But I'm gonna end this video because I don't want to go on and on chit-chatting about it. But again, in the comment section, read the comment section. I'm gonna have a number down there where you can call if you're having depression or anxiety or whatever you got going on with yourself. Call them or seek somebody at the higher power. You got some preachers you can go and talk to and they won't say nothing. You got some preachers you go talk to. It's all over social media. It's all over everybody. It's all over the church. I don't want to be around preachers like that. So, with that being said, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, click on post notification, ding, hit the bell, because every time I drop a video, you'll get the notification. And comment down below. Remember that you are too blessed to be stressed. Let me say that again. You are too blessed to be stressed. Love and happiness. You gotta love and you gotta be happy. Okay? You gotta hug somebody. Hug somebody you ain't never hugged before. You know what? God told me to give you a hug. They gonna hug you. They ain't gonna say They gonna hug you. You can say something like, God told me to hug you and it's a blessing coming your way. I just need to give you this hug. Hey, they gonna hug you. Trust me. Trust and believe. A kid will hug you on that one. And always do a random act of kindness. Opening doors, washing the cars, washing their clothes, or if you know the person, buying them candy, buying them a cheeseburger, buying them some fries. That's a random act of kindness. Okay? And one of a kind vlogs will see you on the next video. The next video gonna be a shocker.